Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have some super bullish XRP news. We have some super bullish altcoin season news, Bitcoin news. We got a lot of good articles here, a little bit of Polygon also at the end. And make sure you check out my thoughts. At some point in this video is going to be a chapter titled My Thoughts. You want to participate in that one right there. So anyway, listen to this. Hong Kong's central bank announces new wholesale CBDC project to support tokenization market. Now, wait a minute. We've had Ripple and various people representing Ripple talk a lot about tokenization the last 3 to 4 months. They've been making a huge push, correct? So there's that. And they've been making a lot of different acquisitions because we all know the trillions are coming when it comes to tokenization. And there'll be a lot of winners, but of course, XRP and Ripple want to position themselves at the front if they can. That's just good business. So you have that. Then remember how deep, and anybody can search this up on Google just in case you're new. Remember how deep Ripple is with Hong Kong. They have their CBDC platform, which is built both for what? Wholesale CBDCs as well as retail CBDCs with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. So when we see things like this, in my humble opinion, this is huge. This is major. And it's not to say that, I mean, look, is there a possibility Hong Kong CBDC could run across the XRPL or XRPL based system or Ripple built system? Sure, there's a possibility, but I'm looking at it more as they're the connector pieces, right? They can connect all of these different things over there together, many different things over there together. You know, those siloed systems, the businesses will want customized systems and we can tie them all together. Like, I think there's just as much money in the connecting of things, the interoperability that Ripple can offer. And there's obviously a reason why the Hong Kong Monetary Authority is holding hands with Ripple to the point where they're even sitting on panels. Remember that I'm going to keep on referencing it. That financial individual, the leader, financial leader from Hong Kong, was on the panel with Brad Garlinghouse maybe about 2 months ago. And they were having a lot of good dialogue. So there's a reason they built that relationship over there. So I think a lot of their capital, a lot of their tokenized value could flow across a Ripple or XRP rather based system. I do. I think there's a possibility. It's not a guarantee, but there's a reason they're going into business together. Now, remember, Hong Kong, as well as overall China, right? Because we have to make that distinction at times between Hong Kong and mainland China, right? But overall, China's reach is extensive. And what they could bring when it comes to tokenization is unbelievable. Never forget how much business China has. And I'm just going to take Africa as an example. But how much business China has in Africa? They're moving all types of precious metals, all types of commodities in Africa. So that's a heck of a lot of value. And make no mistake about it, those are, in my humble opinion, some of the things that will be heavily tokenized in the future because you need traceability, folks. Listen, I don't know. We haven't covered commodities too heavily like we used to, but I don't know if you see what's going on with oil, some of the things that have been going on with silver. No, they need traceability because that stuff needs to stop being stolen. All right. They try to keep it quiet, but those of us who know, they need to track and trace that, know when it's being pulled out, know when it's being loaded or whatever. All right. Because they're losing a lot of capital and that can't happen. So that's another reason why a lot of people may not understand why I would believe that commodities will heavily add to the capital or the value, rather, that's going to be flowing across a lot of these chains who can position themselves in a way to absorb some of it. But I mean, this is great news. Let's continue on. Let's read this little tidbit here. OK, it says Hong Kong's central bank has announced the start of Project Ensemble. So now we have something to look up. Project Ensemble, a wCBDC, wholesale CBDC sandbox to further research and test tokenization use cases. Hong Kong has been exploring wholesale CBDCs since 2017, that we know, and, quote, officially, unquote, began researching a retail CBDC in 2021. And that's another thing I think a lot of people forget is on that CBDC platform that Ripple built. And make no mistake about it, didn't Brad Garlinghouse just come out a few days back telling everybody how important XRP was, right? We covered that article. I showed you the article. You can look it up, read it for yourself. It's in one of those videos, maybe about 2 videos back. So XRP will, according to Ripple, if they follow through, and I believe that they will be a very important part of how everything runs in the future, right? But here, let's read this little tidbit. It says Project Ensemble will, quote, seek to explore innovative financial market infrastructure, FMI, that will facilitate seamless interbank settlement on tokenized money through wCBDC, unquote. Oh, so that's what I wanted to say. My apologies. I almost forgot to close out that thought from before. So on that CBDC platform, not only do they have the wholesale aspect, of course, you're going to have that interbank payments. That's that big money, and we definitely want that flowing across the XRPL. But it also had that retail aspect. There was a retail aspect to their CBDC platform. They can run retail CBDCs, and a lot of people overlook that, but I never forget that. So that's dual now. So while a lot of people do think of XRP as, you know, for the banks and the institutions, wholesale CBDCs, and then they'll say Stellar for retail. No, Ripple's like, hey, if we can take a little bit of retail, we'll do that. If we can take a lot of it, even better. So they have that retail aspect, and that we'll see how it plays out in the future, of course, but that could have a huge impact on XRP and XRPL if that does take place. All right. So now let's take a look at this. It says Hong Kong. OK, so let's skip that little part there. The HKMA has already conducted 2 rounds of market consultations on issuing a digital Hong Kong dollar EHKD. We covered that before as well, but has not decided on whether or when to introduce an EHKD, despite stating in October 2023 that a retail CBDC could add unique value. Project Ensemble is the latest addition to its portfolio of projects in the space, including Project Enbridge, Project Dynamo, and Project Genesis. So, you know, we'll keep our eyes on this, and look at what they're talking about. Okay, so they give us a little bit of a list before we get out of this. Don't worry, we're going to get to the other articles, but this is very important in my humble opinion. It says they want to look into settlement of tokenized real world assets like green bonds, which is another thing people forget about. Stellar has those bonds from the Bank for International Settlements on Stellar, and it's just a matter of time to see like what else are they going to do, because obviously they've been satisfied, right? They're green bonds. But anyway, it says here green bonds, carbon credits, that's going to be huge in the future. Aircraft. Oh, okay. I would never have thought that. Electric vehicle charging stations, electronic bills of lading, and treasury management. And that's just a few. Of course, that's just a few. So things are going to get interesting over this next few years, for sure. For sure. Crypto is still going to be very interesting far into the future. Has far-reaching implications. I think that's why they're making it take a long time. They need to take over crypto first before all that big money starts pumping into it. But it's already starting because they're already really taking over. But little by little, we climb the mountain. So this article here is titled XRP Price in a Breakout Bull Pattern. Says crypto analyst World of Charts mentioned that XRP price is set to experience a significant breakout. Remember, that's just an opinion. I hope it happens. Right. But I'm trying to stay balanced as possible. And it's definitely possible. I think the whole crypto market, or at least the legit projects, are looking at maybe a pretty nice altcoin season if the experts and the analysts are correct. Right. And the data is leaning towards that way. But we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Not financial advice. All right. So which means that the crypto token could soon make a run of its own. Based on the analyst prediction, XRP could see its price triple when that happens. It says next section, how XRP price could rise to $3. As highlighted by World of Charts, XRP has experienced a quote unquote very long consolidation symmetrical triangle, but that could change as the 3-day time frame suggests that a breakout will occur soon enough. The analyst predicts that XRP will rise to as high as $3 when this breakout happens. Now, see, I respect that this individual is using charts. But isn't it interesting how all of those Bitcoin maxis were saying $2 to $5, $3 right in there. Then one said $3 to $5. And if I remember correct, because there was a lot of these so-called, this is what the article writers called them. They called them Bitcoin maxis and Bitcoin elitists. There was one that was saying $3 to $7. And then you have this $3 here. So what the average is becoming that I'm seeing is people are looking for a $2 to possibly, I'm going to shave some off the top of that $7. I'm going to say $6, anywhere from $2 to $6 XRP. Right. And you know, we'll see how that works out. But that's what's becoming the average, the average range. Right. Because you got all types of wild ranges that people believe XRP is going to go to. But that is the range where it looks like a lot of people are looking at XRP possibly hitting in the short term. And by short term, I mean like this year. You know what I mean? Because the future, who knows? XRP has all the potential in the world. It says XRP hitting $3 is possible, considering that its all-time high stands at $3.80. Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high also paves the way for altcoins to make a run of theirs and surpass their current all-time high. We will see. I would love for that to happen. And I do believe it's a possibility, but we'll see. I like to take things step by step, right? So now let's move on here. This article here is titled, well, wait, let me scroll up to the top here. Oh, there's a little bit of Cardano news. Here we go. This article is titled, "Here's a Projected Timeline for Cardano to Reach $3.10 again." Every time I see that, it blows my mind. If you remember, back in 2021, I keep on referencing it. If you go back and look at those charts and see where Cardano was then, go look at where Cardano, at the beginning of that year, look at where Cardano was. $3.10. A lot of stuff was going off back then. I just keep on reminiscing. Polygon was similar. Algorand was similar. But let's read this little tidbit here. According to Changelly's been doing a lot of predictions lately. All right. According to Changelly's prediction, investors may have to wait significantly longer for Cardano to reclaim its all-time high. Oh no, Changelly, don't be pessimistic. Oh, it's too late. We're reading the article. Let's find out what they have to say. Cardano, the 8th largest cryptocurrency by market cap, reaches previous all-time high, $3.10, September 2021. What a beautiful year. Chef's kiss of a year. Since then, the cryptocurrency has struggled before recently recovering to a yearly high of around 73 cents. Despite the progress, Cardano investors may have to wait much longer to see the cryptocurrency go back to its previous bull market highs. A recent prediction by popular trading platform Changelly claims that Cardano will not beat its previous all-time high in the current market cycle. Let's scroll down here. They have to give me a reason as to why they believe that. And let me reiterate, nobody that I know of believed in Cardano back then either. Let's make that clear. I was talking to a lot of people about Cardano. They didn't know about it. They didn't like it. They didn't believe in it. You know, the only thing they didn't do that people did with Zilliqa, Algorand, Polygon is they just didn't call Cardano trash. They just didn't know about it. So, but I'm just saying that doesn't matter. Like crypto has a mind and an energy of its own. Anything could take off. Did people believe that Shiba Inu was going to make millionaires in the last 2 weeks? Did they believe that? But you read the articles on it. All these other meme coins, did they believe that? No, crypto just happens out of nowhere. I like that spontaneity. That's why it makes predictions so difficult, right? But it also makes it fun. So I just keep that in mind. This is just their opinion. We shall see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't have any ADA, but I do believe in ADA. And I would scoop some ADA up if the opportunity presented itself, and I felt like I needed to get some of that, but I believe in ADA for 100%, even though I don't have any. But let's continue on here. It says, however, Changelly expects things will start looking up again for Cardano in the year after. Oh, okay. So you're saying next year. I'll take it. Hey, listen, that's not that long of a wait. It says, for instance, the forecast suggests that Cardano will enter the single-digit club again by April 2025, when its price will reach $1.04. That's rather specific, isn't it? Additionally, the next 12 months will deliver excellent returns for Cardano investors. I could see that happening for sure, 100%. Paving the way for ADA to reclaim its all-time high by 2027. 2027. We shall see. We'll see. The milestone figure will be broken by in July 2027 when the cryptocurrency is expected to reach a maximum price of $3.10. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the writer here and the people at Changelly, they want to participate. They know that price predictions are fun. But at the same time, I just feel like they're playing it super, super safe. That way, if it doesn't happen, there's not a lot of pie on their faces, not a lot of people coming after them like, hey, you said this, you said this. You know how that goes. So they're trying to avoid a little bit of that while still getting to play a little bit. They want to play. So now let's move on here. Yes, more Bitcoin. Now listen, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. But I feel like something big is coming for Bitcoin. I've been saying it since last year, right? I feel like something big is coming for Bitcoin. This article is titled "Massive Bitcoin Rally on the Horizon Predicts Top Analyst." Now, I'm not worried about the whole top analyst title. Like words, I'm not worried about the words. I'm worried about the content and the information, because it's true. They say everyone is a top analyst. I mean, I think that's how they get eyes on these articles. Sometimes they feel that way, although to me it's not necessary. I just want to hear the data. But anyway, everybody's an expert or a top analyst. But hey, all right. So anyway, this article is titled "A Notable Shift Seems Imminent for Bitcoin Price," according to renowned crypto analyst Willy Woo. With a history of accurate predictions under his belt. Oh, so this person's reputable. They've had some W's, some wins. It says Woo has ignited the community with a new forecast that suggests Bitcoin is on the brink of a monumental surge. Well, I floated the idea, Willie, Mr. Woo. let me get in on some of that credit. I'm just kidding. Willie was like, "What? I made the predictions on my own." I'm just kidding, Willie. But I have been saying for a while, I believe Bitcoin was going to go up significantly. But it says this prediction comes on the heels of the recent approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, a development Woo believes could funnel significant capital into the digital currency. Once again, I want to say, I don't know why people are not applying this to crypto. There is a huge cash pile on the side. It only takes a little Googling to find out about that. And it hasn't moved into the stock market. What is it waiting there for? If it starts to trickle into crypto, you're looking at an explosion. And that's not guaranteed, but it's possible. It's just sitting there. They have a reason why they pulled that capital out and they're just holding it. There's a reason why. I've covered this extensively. I've showed multiple articles about the huge cash pile on the side. And that's not to mention all the deposit flight. There's record amounts of deposit flight that has been going on where money is being pulled out of banks since last year. And a lot of that has went to the cash pile on the side. A lot of it. But I keep that in mind when I think about Bitcoin in the next year or two. I could be wrong, but we shall see. That's a heck of a catalyst. Willy Woo took to X, formerly Twitter, to share his insights, drawing parallels between Bitcoin's past and its potential future. He recounted that in July 2010, Bitcoin, let's skip that little bit there. I just want to get to the hot parts. The present scenario, as outlined by Woo, mirrors the conditions of the past, but on a vastly more significant scale. He explained that Bitcoin had just been listed on the world stock markets, which managed approximately $100 trillion of capital. And there was a massive interest as these entities began to invest in Bitcoin. It goes through a little bit of Bitcoin history. It says bullish scenario. According to Woo, the current technical analysis charts, which may signal overbought conditions, will likely to be overwhelmed by sheer volume of capital flow, reminiscent of the late 2020 cycle when high net worth individuals made substantial spot purchases. All right, so listen, this individual is bullish on Bitcoin into the future. I am as well. We shall see how it all plays out. Like I said, I think this is going to be one of the most vicious and brutal, but also exciting, huge, bull runs of all time, because there's going to be a massive amount of profit taken, but there's going to be a massive amount of profits made. It already has begun, but this is just a beginning. So, we'll see how it plays out. Now, let's get here to a little bit of Auphanim's thoughts. Now, they have this picture. Look, I'm coming across this stuff a lot, so I'm just going to share my thoughts. They have this picture here. You can only choose one of these animals or one of these animal pictures to defend you. The rest of them are going to attack you. And then you see a little number. They give you an amount of that animal that they're going to give you. Let me tell you something right now. I know the first thing people are looking at is the man with the rifle. No, I know that. I know you looked at the man with the rifle. You said, I'm taking him. You can only choose one. The rest are going to attack you. You know they're going to do. I'm going to tell you right now. I looked at the bears. I considered at first the bears. I said to myself, wait a minute. No. There's something better. I had to really, really go into my mind and remember all of the National Geographic. Do you remember National Geographic when it used to come on TV? Oh, man. There were some good times. Insane times. They show a peaceful gazelle just nibbling on some grass or something. Out of nowhere, a lion would just come out and just grab the gazelle. What kind of program did that? That's what made us tough when we were younger. Remember that? You thought you were going to learn something. You thought you were going to watch beautiful animals frolicking until that lion gets that gazelle. That was a rude awakening on life, watching National Geographic on TV. Anyway, so keeping what I learned over my lifetime, I said to myself, wait a minute, no. I know the animal that's going to defend me and defeat all of these individuals, including the man with the rifle. You know which one that is? It's the wolves. They hunt in packs. They test perimeters. They use teamwork. While that man is going boom, boom, bang, bang at these 2 or 3 here, we have 15 wolves in our pack. Look at the number on the screen. They let us have 15. Nobody's stopping us. We will take that man down. Not to mention, and the man is the one I'm most concerned about. That gator is finished. I've seen wolves on YouTube take down bears or go at bears and run bears off. You can look that up. I'm not worried about the bear. The gorilla is finished. He's not as tough as people think. Gorillas are not as tough as people think. And I'm not worried about anyone else. I think there was a bull, something like that. No, listen. Now let's handle the man situation. So he has this bang, bang, right? Okay. He has to sleep. He's going to get hungry. His mind is going to wear down. His body's going to get tired. We could wait him out if we really want to. Just coming from, doing wrestling, doing jujitsu, doing taekwondo, learning boxing from my father and doing boxing myself. I know strategy. You see these cauliflower ears here? You see that puffed up? You see those puffed up ears? Listen, you learn real quick to use strategy and not use brute force. Yeah, it teaches you real quick. When you get busted up, you see this nose used to be a little bit more pretty. You learn quickly that brute force is not the only way. You use strategy. We will wait that man out until he's tired, hungry. We will get him. He doesn't have enough ammunition for 15 wolves. It's just, I think they just gave us, it was just one. Was it one man? I hope it was one. I'm talking like it was one. I think it was one on that picture. We're taking wolves. All right, folks. So now that we got through that, let's end it off here. I think we're just going to end it off here. Okay. I have 3 more articles, but we're not going to make it through those articles. I had a little bit of fun with Auphanim's thoughts today. We're going to end off with a bang anyway. This article here is titled, I know you're going to love it, Altcoin Season is Coming. I hope so. It says, or at least data suggests that it's close. We're hearing this from a lot of different articles. I'm ready to play. I don't know about you. I'm ready to play. It says Bitcoin price witnessed a sharp correction shortly after hitting a new all-time high at $69,324 on March 5th, which I said that months ago. I was saying that I believed that was going to happen if Bitcoin reached it. Then I said it again like a month ago, right? We went over that a few times and it happened. Look, I said it. I keep saying it's going to be massive profit taking. And that liquidity is going to come back out, and it's going to feed its way back into the altcoins slowly. A little bit is going to go back into Bitcoin. A little bit is going to go other places to protect some of those gains. It says, meanwhile, altcoins led by meme coins. See how they put that? I told you, meme coins, they usually start fizzling first. Then the other legit projects start popping off, and they almost happen out of nowhere. At least that's my experience. It says, led by meme coins and AI-themed cryptocurrencies have outperformed Bitcoin over the last week, initiating a debate on whether the altcoin season is here. Not yet. Not yet. I know, even with all of that, not yet, in my humble opinion. Bitcoin's brief escapade above $69,000 on March 5th saw the global market cap value cross the 2.5 million mark. It says reflecting wait, what is it saying? Did they get that wrong? March 5th. So the global market cap value. All right. I think they got that wrong, but let's skip that little part here. I'm going to go here. Altcoins display similar strength with their total market capitalization rising above the 1.1 trillion on the same day. This metric measures the total market value of all crypto assets except Bitcoin. Large cap altcoins outperform Bitcoin. The tremendous rally displayed by meme coins and AI over the last week could be a sign that the market is at the start of altcoin season. All right, if you say it's at the start, all right, but if you're just going to say it's altcoin season, like we're in the deep of it, like it's up and it's running, it's going, it's popping right now, not yet. But a start, okay, I can agree with that. I could accept that. Everything in degrees. I think in degrees, like everything in degrees, right? I don't think in a monolithic way. It says data from CoinMarketCap shows meme coins posting double and triple digit gains within the last 7 days. In particular, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. I heard something about Dogecoin. No, we read an article about somebody making a lot of money off of Dogecoin recently. Posted 20% and 130% gains this week, respectively. All right, I'm not going to go too deep into the meme coins, but they're using it to justify their prediction for altcoin season. It says it's not alt season yet. That's what I was saying. The performance of altcoins seemingly coincides with the improvement in the altcoin season index, indicating that altcoin season is close. Oh, I never even knew about this. I'm not a know-it-all, folks. All right. There's an altcoin index, altcoin season index, indicating that altcoin season is close, according to this index by Blockchain Center. I'm going to check it out. Quote, if 75% of top 50 coins perform better than Bitcoin over the last season, 90 days, it is altcoin season, unquote. Oh, sounds pretty sound to me. All right. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.